All right, it's time to introduce a new segment we're going to do every Sunday night. Going to give it a dry run here on Thursday. I've got my buddy Julian Council from On Panthers here in the building. Julian, you kind of give me lawyer vibes, so I'm dubbing this Advice of Counsel. All right, what do you think? Best I could come up with on a couple days' notice.
I like it, Nick. I really do. And I think it's kind of funny, though. You said we want to do this on Sundays. Let's have you here on Thursday. So I can't help but feel like this is a tryout of sorts, but I'll be making it back on Sunday for all the people who will be happy about that and also who will be upset about that. And the whole lawyer vibes. My mom always wanted me to be a lawyer. So, Mom, finally making you proud. Kind of, but I'm at least on TV, so that counts, right?
Lawyer, Panthers report. What's the difference? You still got a lot of good advice for the Panthers right now. We're going to start with the quarterback. Sam Darnold, Julian, was one of the lowest rated QBs in the league last year. First 2 years in the league, not much better. How do you advise the Panthers to fix Sam Darnold?
Well, it's going to be a tough job. And I kind of think back to the article I read the other day by Joe Person of The Athletic talking about Sam Darnold being in his happy place. And one of the guys he talked to for that article was Josh Allen. Think back to Josh Allen's first couple of years in the National Football League. He had the immense talent, the physical tools, same thing like Sam Darnold, but didn't really have a ton of help around him, whether it was at wide receiver or offensive line. What did Brandon Beane, the former assistant GM here in Carolina, and the Bills do? They got him an offensive lineman, drafted Cody Ford, built around the line, got guys like Deion Dawkins, paid them, invested in the offensive line, then went out and traded for Stephon Diggs and got Cole Beasley. Both of those guys were all-pro wide receivers last year in a very pass-heavy offense, so they gave him the opportunity to go out there and succeed. The Jets did not do that over the last 3 years in New York. And you can ask whether that's Adam Gase's fault, whether it's the GM's fault, whether it's all on Sam Darnold for not doing his job, which he did say when he talking to the media leading up to the game on Sunday against his former team, the Jets. But what the Panthers can do to help Sam Darnold out is by putting him in Joe Brady's system, which they're doing. Giving him Christian McCaffrey. The last time we saw him healthy for a full 16-game season, now we're playing 17 games, had 1,000 rushing and receiving. Only 3 times that's happened in National Football League. You gave him DJ Moore, you got Robbie Anderson, one of his former teammates up in New York, you drafted Terrace Marshall. What the Panthers have done this offseason is done everything you need to do to set up Sam Darnold for success. So keeping things simple for him and making him feel comfortable and confident, that's how the Carolina Panthers can help Sam Darnold turn things around here in Carolina this season and hopefully for the next 15 if he can be the franchise quarterback here for the Panthers.
All right, Counselor, perhaps the most severe charges levied against the Carolina Panthers, their offensive line expected to be one of the worst in the NFL. Is there any way you can get them out of trouble here?
I'm not quite sure. That's one of the things about the offensive line at the Carolina Panthers. It's not just like it's a problem this year. It's a problem last year and the year before that and the year before that. Since Jordan Gross retired, the Carolina Panthers are now opening up with their 9th season in a row of a different left tackle at starter. Wouldn't be surprised if we go to year 10 again. What I could potentially offer them advice for is look at the interior. Guys like Pat Elflein, who was one of the lowest graded offensive linemen over the last 3 seasons, alongside his cohort there at left tackle, Cam Irving, you can put him there at guard, but he's probably more of a center. How about instead of forcing him as a guard, put a guy like Brady Christensen who could play guard there, or start Dennis Daly when John Miller comes back healthy and he feels more comfortable there at left guard, or Deontay Brown, who you drafted in the 6th round of Alabama, who is 350 pounds. This man is one of the largest dudes in the city of Charlotte, if not the largest. He could block out the sun along with most of the defensive pass rushers in the NFL. Maybe give the guys who you drafted an opportunity to play ahead of some of the guys who already have proven either last year or throughout their NFL careers that they're really not the best option there on the offensive line. They already invested in Taylor Moton, keeping him at right tackle. Try and keep him there, but if you need to, slide over to left tackle. That's the best thing for the team. Matt Rule always talks about having your best 5. Are we quite sure the guys out there who are starting on Sunday, minus Daly and minus Moton, are really your best 5 linemen on the team?
All right, last one, Julian. Last year, the Panthers did not have a sack until week 3. It looks like they made enough deals to get themselves out of that jam, and that's especially going to be important this week against a rookie QB.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of my keys of the game on Sunday. Everyone's talking about how this is a revenge game for Sam Darnold, who doesn't really strike me as the guy who really holds grudges and sees it as revenge. If anything, the Jets did him a favor by sending him into Carolina. He no longer has to worry about, well, maybe the offensive line might not be great here, but still the offensive line in New York is not great. Doesn't really have a ton of weapons. Yes, they added some guys to help out the new rookie quarterback, Zach Wilson, but he doesn't have to worry about a full-on rebuild. We're here in Carolina, established culture after last season. Yes, they're still building, but a way better situation here in Carolina. That being said, the key is to get after the passer on Sunday and make life absolute hell for Zach Wilson in his NFL debut. So guys like Brian Burns, who I think is going to have 10-plus sacks this season, will be a Pro Bowler. Got Yetur Gross-Matos, who's hopefully going to be healthy this year and ready to go. Hassan Reddick, who is going to be playing meet to the quarterback all season long with Brian Burns on the outside. You add in Morgan Fox, maybe Derek Brown could even get some pass rushing chops this year. If they can get after the quarterback on Sunday and just make life awful for Zach Wilson and welcome him to the NFL, the Carolina Panthers should win big against the Jets and have no problem coasting to victory at Bank of America Stadium on Sunday afternoon.
All right, Julian, I think we will do this again Sunday night. As always, yes. We can go to you for our Panthers advice. Actual legal advice, probably not, right?
I mean, you could ask me. I will charge $200 per hour, folks.
Julian
I don't
Council.
do anything pro bono.
Julian Council, Locked On Panthers. Thanks for joining us. I'm Nick Carboni for WCNC Charlotte.